What's going on YouTube? JT Reborn here, and welcome back to another edition of my DC comic reviews. In this video, we're talking about Batman issue number 146. This one is written by Chip Zdarsky with art by Jorge Jimenez in the main storyline. It also says like there's the Joker Revelations stuff as well, but it feels kind of like more like one flowing storyline. Like I didn't really feel like the difference between a backup and all that. But so we passed the whole Joker Year One stuff. Failsafe now has the Zur-En-Arrh personality like fully kind of taken out of Bruce, if you will, into this failsafe body of sorts, and he's kind of going around telling everybody, hey, I'm Bruce's subconscious, like, you know, Bruce's brain put into this robot's body. Everyone totally believe me on this stuff, and nobody like raised any questions or whatever. And you know, the other people are kind of raising questions, although Damian is seemingly kind of going along with this stuff. Now I'm gonna wait to hold out to see if he's just kind of pulling a double agent thing, because if not, then it just makes him look really dumb. But I have to go on thinking that, okay, he's got to be some sort of double agent, because there's so many red flags with this robot character, and there's also an Amazo robot in store as well. I mean, Damian's supposed to be a lot smarter than that, but then again, this is Zdarsky, and he did just write Gotham War, where everybody, and I mean everybody, looked like a complete idiot, and it was legitimately like probably the worst storyline of last year in terms of comic book stuff. So, you know, maybe that is the case. So, I mean, you're reading the Williamson stuff and then kind of reading Zdarsky stuff, like, it's kind of written like he's 10 years old again, and I don't like that. I mean, just follow along with, you know, some of the continuity with how the characters have grown over the past couple years. I mean, it definitely feels like there's a little bit of not really like his favorite character to write in this thing. At least that's what I kind of get out of it. So maybe I just want Damian to just be in Williamson stuff, because the way they kind of write him in this stuff, it's like he's 10 years old again, and I just feel like they don't really get the current version of his character anymore. But hey, that's just me. Anyway, so we also get some flashback stuff to kind of showcase how Joker knew about Failsafe and all this other stuff, and kind of planning from the get-go. We get events like Killing Joke kind of retold, and you get some stuff from Scott Snyder's run, Death in the Family. So there's some nice looking artwork here for sure between Jorge and the other artists that worked on it. Caprio wants to see Batman, or the Zur-En-Arrh personality, fully like exploited at its like full capacity, if you will. So he's been kind of like, this is his own weird little experiment thing. Now, I've gone on countless times, I don't like the Zur-En-Arrh thing. I think it's kind of dumb. It's never something I've been a fan of. Like, why do we need it? What does it really add that makes it all the more interesting? And surprisingly, like I said, this whole run has been all about Zur-En-Arrh stuff. So it's something I'm not really like a fan of the concept in general. That's just kind of going. So we got that going on. Also, Joker was revealed to kind of help Penguin fake his death, which kind of put in motion the events of like this whole run. So it's nice to see it kind of tie back into how this thing sort of began. But then, of course, you got Caprio and all his other weird stuff. He also put little, like, trigger words to kind of, like, stop Batman from doing stuff, to make sure he was all right. He's running Blackgate Penitentiary with the Joker and all that. Meanwhile, like I said, failsafe Batman, if you will, is out apprehending criminals with Damian. Stephanie kind of confronts him, like, in the process, if you will. And he's finally doing what he's meant to do, and none of you can accept it, blah, 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 blah. So, you know what I mean? Like, he's like, oh, you were holding father back and all that other stuff. This feels like Damian from a few years ago, given all the stuff that's transpired in Williamson's run, where he was kind of the main storyline featuring that character. It feels like kind of regression, and it's like they're ignoring that. So I'm going to hold out and say that this has got to be like a double agent thing, because if it's not a double agent thing, then why is Chip even writing this character? Like, why isn't Williamson stepping in and be like, he wouldn't do that. It doesn't like make him look all that smart or anything like that. Like I said, it just feels like he just doesn't really like the character. He's not really been following along with things. But, you know, like I said, I'm going to still go into this thinking it is probably a double agent angle, because, like I said, Damian just comes across kind of dumb. But then again, like, failsafe Batman is apprehending dangerous criminals like Killer Croc and all that stuff. He's not killing or anyone like that. No, he's kind of going a little far in some places. But like I said, he is apprehending dangerous criminals, while other members of the Bat family are like, should we do this? Should we not? Blah, 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 blah. And, you know, whole Gotham War situation. Well, it's not quite Gotham War stuff. Gotham War was generally the worst storyline of last year in terms of comic book stuff. I mean, nobody looked competent within that thing. But yeah, so the other heroes in there are still wondering, like, is this really Bruce in there? Is this not? Damian seems to be going along with it. And like I said, I'm still going to wait and kind of see what they're doing with it, because I'm just going to go in assuming he's going to do the double agent thing. If not, then it makes him really dumb. So while this is going on, Batman just kind of gets the idea, hey, wait a minute, since Zur-En-Arrh and I were kind of like the same person sharing the same mind space, what if I just kind of meditate and I can remember what he was doing since he knows what I've been doing? I don't know, it just feels like, okay, it seems kind of you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Deus Ex Machina type thing where it's like, oh yeah, that's right, I could just do this the whole time, to kind of see what he's doing. And so he does that, and he figures out like some ways to stop these little failsafe robots that are at Blackgate Penitentiary. We do get the return of Punchline in this thing. Yay, I suppose. And, you know, we got Batman taking things down. Harley's there as well. Damian's Robin is still kind of going along with this stuff. Well, I mean, Harley Quinn, I'm totally fine with her getting thrown into jail. I mean, she's done a lot of shady stuff over the years. Even though she's supposedly on the hero side, she still does some pretty shady stuff. Throw her ass in jail. It'll be for the benefit of everyone else. And then, like I said, there's a whole thing at Blackgate, a bit of a riot. Bruce escapes. Damian's there in this new little Batcave type area. He sees the Amazo robot, which is kind of like, is he really a double agent, or is he actually believing that this is indeed his father? Because if it is him believing that this is his father, then they just make him look really dumb here. And it just so many red flags and all that too. So I'm still kind of waiting to see like what's going on with that stuff. But anyway, so Bruce kind of goes in there. Superman actually shows up to confront the fail-safe robot Batman about how, like, if things get out of hand, he's gonna have to take him down. And like I said, the ending of the issue is Bruce get ready to head into, like, get ready for his next move, if you will. So all that's going on. Prisoners are kind of thrown into Blackgate. He's, judge, jury, not necessarily executioner, but still kind of throwing everyone in there. And Maria Nakano was kind of like in over his head with all this stuff. And to be fair, Gotham City is like the worst city in the world at this point, because we got that stuff. Excuse me. And then we also had like the whole Detective Comics stuff. And I think this takes place, is it before or after Detective Comics? I don't exactly know how continuity works in this. So I'm going to assume this is like before Batman and Robin, because, or maybe it's after. I don't know anymore half the time, because characters are so inconsistently written, or the storylines just don't really feel like they mesh well at all between the three main Batman titles, between Batman and Robin, and Detective Comics. It all feels like three totally separate things altogether, and I can't for the life of me like make sense of the continuity of everything anymore. But then again, that's just me. So overall consensus, this issue itself is okay. It's kind of neat how they kind of tie back into earlier stuff and all that. I thought that was kind of unique. There's some great looking artwork sprinkled in there, so I got to give props to that. I'm still going to do the wait and see approach to see what happens with, fail-safe Batman and Damian's character just kind of going along with this stuff, because if he's just going along with it, then it just kind of feels like they've undermined his character. I mean, it'll come out to be like really kind of stupid. And I mean, this is one of the same writers who worked on Gotham War, where everybody was really, really stupid. So, we're going to have to wait and see that approach, because like it just feels like you just don't get the character half the time. So, but anyways, what did you all think of Batman number 146? Did you like it? Did you dislike it? Post your comments down below. Be sure to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to your channel for more content, hit that bell for notification, all that other fun stuff. This will be the only DC comic book review for the week. We'll see what else I got coming up and all that, but I want to get this one out there. And just, like I said, it's the main Batman title. It's one of the flagship issues of the month. I think next week we got the start of the House of Brainiac event, which thankfully is a lot shorter and more condensed. And honestly, with that thing, I'm not even going to bother looking at the tie-in stuff. Probably just read the main Action Comics and Superman, and we'll be good to go from there. So anyways, that's all I have to say. As always, take care now. Bye-bye then, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace out.